Okay, I'm going to show you how to take some wheels off, tires off these old wheels. These are the old two-piece rims back in the 40s and 50s. It's a split rim deal. So you got a regular rim half here. Scooby's going to help. And then you have an outer lip right here that snaps into here. Excuse the wrong side. This lip here snaps in up under this lip here. So it's got a lip up under there to catch it. So that's what this here catches in right here. And that keeps it from falling. Damn it, wrong side again. Flip around 180. So this lip up under here, catching this lip right here, and that's what holds it in. And you have to split it apart. You have to go around that edge, obviously. In the tire, when you put air in it, will hold it in there. That's why they don't call them very safe, because you put a big hole in there or something where you unset the bead, then you can blow the bead right off. And if this comes off, it explodes and hits you to do some damage if you're near it. So these have an inner liner that go in here, protects the tube, and the tube goes into here, and that's how they do it. So these two right out. So we got kind of a technique for doing it. Scooby wants to help. So these are tire wheels. I'm taking them off. This has a flat spot in it, only on the bottom. This is on my old Ford truck. So I'm going to take these 15-inch tires and put them on these 15-inch rims and take off these little skinny ass 215s that are very undersized for the truck. I'm going to put these big 700s or whatever these things are. So there they are, 1715. 715, excuse me, not 17. The tires over here, I got these big ass tubes in them. So you can see what they look like right here, big tubes. So put air in these, let them blow up, take a set to them, do that. So anyway, I'll show you how to do it. I kind of got a little bit of a system. So we got a bead breaker, got a big tire iron right here, got two small tire irons over here, and you got a piece of wood for spacers. Of course you have a sledgehammer to break things free. So those are all the required tools. So let's see how this works. I've done two now, so I must be an expert. Last time I did one, I helped a guy do a big 20-inch truck tire off my 59 Hemi-powered flatbed 5-ton truck. Those are big. So I helped, I know, I didn't do them. So these are I'm going to do them. So, alright, hopefully you can see it from there. We'll see how this works. Alright, first thing I do is let the air out of them. Now I found out instead of breaking the bead on the back, leave that attached. It helps a little bit. First thing to do is let the air out. Let's see, I forgot to show you how this lip comes off. Yeah, thumb screw on the camera takes forever. So here's where it's split. You got a little notch right here, you put a screwdriver in it, which is laying way over there for now. Yeah, need a little small screwdriver. Yeah, about that size. Okay, so this here goes in here, and that pushes it out from the rim after you compress this down enough to get this off of here. Now, I'm going to beat it with a hammer to break it free. That'll free up the rust. And on the second wheel, I actually used a bead breaker to push this down right here on the sidewall a little bit, which allowed this to drop down enough I could get this to pop out. Once this comes out, you just kind of work it around. And just like putting a new tire on, you're taking this lip off. So that's how you do it. So, like I said, it can be interesting. So, Alright, I think you can see what I'm doing maybe. Alright, first thing you do is get your steel sludge. Now don't hit on the rim, hit on just that meaty piece. Alright, see the rust flying, so it must be freed up a little bit. Okay, first thing is put the tire, put the screwdriver in there. Put the tire iron on here. Almost got it. There we go. So instead of using this, I use my foot, the bead breaker in there. Okay, once you get it out, you start working it out. So, first thing I do is get this in here. There we go. Okay, I use the tire iron to pull it out a little bit. Then I use the screwdriver to wedge it out further so I can work it around. So I doubt if you can see a damn thing from over there. Come over a little bit closer. Sucks when you don't have somebody to do the camera. Everybody complains about the cameraman, but it actually does help. Maybe this will help you. Yep. Okay, so you can see I got the bead freed up a little bit. Turn that right, see. Okay, so you move it out with the screwdriver. Lift it up with the screwdriver, I should say. Move the tire over a little bit. Just kind of go back and forth movement. You go an eighth or quarter inch at a time. Eventually it gets all the way across. If it starts to bind up on you, hit it with a hammer over here, popping it rust free or whatever the bind up is. This one's coming out pretty easy, relatively speaking. Well, that poppy noise in the background is my heater. I don't like burning rotten gas and what other drippings I got in today. Okay, right now we're just kind of stuck, so we'll go ahead and hit the sidewall a little bit. And then we'll hit the bead. Free it up a little bit. Can't be bashful with a hammer. These things are made to beat on them a little bit. It's starting to get tight again over here. So I'm going to get a whack. Get it motivated to move some more. spot I want to go, it was a little easier. Okay, once you get about this far across, you can easily just tap with a hammer. Got a little big one here. She's trying to come out through here, but not quite. It don't like coming out that way. Came out, it speeded up a little bit, but it didn't like that, so back to wedging around. Should be able to get around this time. Definitely doesn't like coming out. There it goes. Voila, one ring. That was actually the easy part. Okay, now what I do, put some air in it. Will actually blow the tire up over the rim. And this is just straight up, but it has a little bit of a lip here to catch it on. Come up a little bit. I stuck this piece of wood in here around it. Put them 180 or 90 degrees from your valve stem over here. Pull this back a little bit so you can see a little better. Alright. Now I'm not popping the bead on the back over here because this is actually, it's holding the tire like this actually helps me get the tube out. The first one I broke the bead on the back, so it was a lot harder to do. So, now I take a piece of wood, jam it in here. There we go. Go ahead and it's in here like this. I think my heater finally went out. Stick it under here, and you get this up under here. Wedge it up a little bit, like that. Up. Let's see. Get it in there. Get these sides up while we're at it. Make it easy on ourselves. Back in a second. Turn the heater off. Yeah, I turn it up a little bit. I just had to put some more fuel in it. Okay, interruptions. Okay, now once you get that far, I gotta get back in here and get the tube out. So, this one here does not have to be decent. Yeah, they didn't put the inner part on this one. They're cheating. That makes it a lot easier to get in and out. The tire's stuck to tire. Here, tearing away in there. I'm going to go ahead and pull this piece of wood out so I got access to pull the tube. Now you always want to pull the tube 180 degrees from your valve stem, which is over here. So I'm going to pull out from this side. Just kind of roll it out a little bit. You got to tear it free, so you got to just kind of twist it and roll it. Tear all that rust away. Okay, there's the whole thing out now. Give it a tug. As far as you can with it. I don't really care about that side anymore. Okay, now I got to get the other side out. Now, this is real easy not having an inner piece in here, believe me. It's a pain in the ass to work around that thing. Move that over a little bit. Pull the tube over further. Come back. Right on the edge of the tube. Make sure you don't pinch the other half. Pull your block out. Pull the tube out of the way. Put the block back in. And we're moving a little bit further than 90 degrees this time. Trying to get over about where the 45-degree angle is. So this one here we do the same thing. Pull that over. Tube out. Flip on it. Kind of twist the block up too, helps, makes it a little bit easier. Get it in there. Get that out of the way. Ah, damn it. Fingernails left. Just pull it back some more. Yeah, roll that up pretty good. Oh, this thing came out easy. The valve stem came out easy and everything. It's super easy when you leave out that inner liner. Yeah, it just like falls out. That's super simple. See all the rust in the rim here? I mean on the tube? The inner liner helps keep it from getting so rusty like that. So this is an odd beetle tube. Truck stuff. Okay, once you got that up, I'm going to pull these off. Yeah, a little bit too hard. Cheat, put the block back. Makes it easier. Now we can go ahead and pop the bead off. Flip that over. Pull that back a little bit. Get some room here so I don't knock the camera over. Okay, it's an old bead breaker, so this pushes on the bead. Stand goes underneath the rim to hold it. Tire. Push it right next to the edge of the steel bead on the rim. Not on the rim itself. Just right next to it. Squeeze a little bit. Get it loosened up. Go ahead and pull it over. Slide it over a little bit. About the width of the foot there you did. Do it again. You can also put a little WD-40 or something else in there to help lubricate it. That'll help a little bit. you get about almost 180 around, you turn around and come back. Almost popped. Come back, about halfway where you're at. There you go. And your bead's popped. Now you got a little bit of lip on the rim there to get off. Most time it just kind of falls out. This one doesn't want to just fall. So you stick your little tire on. Stick it between the rim and the bead. It's too big. Get them both on the other side and rotate it over. Usually it pops right out. My rubber tire hammer here. Okay, you push it over like that. Okay, just manually did it. Anyway, once you get it bent over a little bit, you hit it on the sidewall right here, usually it pops right off. In that case, it popped off on its own. Now the other two, I didn't have to do that to get off because the rim just fell off. So there's your rim. So that's what it looks like. A whole bunch of rust down inside the tire. So you'll blow the rust out. So I just take the inner tube here, run up to the air hose, and make a mess. Just keep blowing until you don't see no more rust in the rim, in the tire, or coming out. This one's got quite a bit in here. When you put the tire at an angle, it helps let blow it out. And most of it's out. Roll out. Take the tube, valve core back in it. I'm going to test the tube to see if there's got any holes in it by putting load on the tube. It also helps spread the tire out. Throw them out in the sun tomorrow. Kind of warm themselves up, get used to it. The way, get it lined up. It's all the way in. Go up, put some air in it. Good. So it puts a good load on the bead so that your tube will stay in there. Like I said, if it still has air on it tomorrow, the tube might be good. Out of the way. Get this out of the way here. We'll get the other one. We'll do the other tire. Maybe that one have the inner line in there so we can see how bad it looks. too easy to do. This one should be harder, maybe. Okay. Same thing, we start by letting the air out. I think these are on an old trailer, that's where these wheels came from. If anybody needs a set of rims, I just happen to have a set of rims. This one had a lot of air in it. The other ones didn't have hardly any in it. Okay, let's use our hammer again. This one has a weight on it. First one was balanced. Things on there too. Yep, we'll knock it off later. All right, loosen it up a little bit. Tension. Okay. This one doesn't want to move like the other one did. So go ahead and use the bead breaker. Tire stuck to it pretty good, you can tell. You can hear it. Okay, get a little load off it with this. Touch it with the hammer to free it up. Okay, we got most of the way started there. Come in here from the side. Pull it out a little bit, get under it. Alright, once we're under it, we get the bead breaker out of the way. We don't need any more for a while. Okay, now we get to play with this again. Walk it around again. If you don't want to watch, just fast forward to where I'm working on getting the tube out of there. Hopefully you know lines in there so I can show you a different technique for getting it out. This one's walking out pretty nice. Order right here. It's a nice layer of mold and wet rust in there. been out in a rainstorm for the last month, so it's fresh. Tighter over here. A little adjustment. Free things up a little bit. Yep. Just till we got to there. Alright, that's close enough. Manhandle it out. Okay. Yeah. This will get the camera. Okay, pop it off. Oh, I guess that's the inner liner on it. See this here poking out right here in this waffle pattern? That's the inner liner. Hard holding it out. There we go. Shooting a little bit. Alright, that one up in there. Turn this around. Valves come out of the way. Put these a little higher. Further. That's it. Try to hit me in the chin there. See that? Trying to get me. Okay. Alright. Just a minute. Gonna rearrange the camera here a little bit so you can see better. Okay, let's see. Not sure how I'm going to do this, but I'll put it over in the danger zone. See if I can't knock it over while I'm doing this. blow this up quite a bit so you can kind of see a little bit in there. There we go. Hopefully I don't kick the camera out from underneath it. Okay. So what we gotta do now is we get freed up from the rust. Back in here. Hear it popping. Get it freed up a little bit. Make sure you put the tire at an angle like that, and make sure these are deburred. You can poke holes in anything. It's rubber, so it'll stretch quite a bit when you yank on it here. Okay, got that freed up. Okay, now we try to get this out of here. Put this back in here. Move these over a little bit closer. Come on. Keep going back and damn hard. Okay, we're going to pull this one out. Now, we got to try to get this inner liner into the assembly to come out. Now I'm going to flip it around this other way so this will hook onto the tube on the back side and roll it out. So we have to take another tire iron and spread it around a little bit. Once you get around there enough, it should come around pretty easily. Okay. Now once you're about to this point here, you're going to move this out of the way. This is your inner part, and your tube's back here, and start rolling the tube out. Remember, it's still stuck to the tire in there. You're ripping from the tire. Okay, get that freed up. Now we got to try to get the liner out. So I come back to the back side of the other tire and try to slide it back across to where the rim is. Put your fingers in there. Okay, I'm going to try to get tire down here into the hole. Pull it, get leverage then. Alright, get the big one in there. Okay. So now get the tube over the rim, and we got the inner liner here. Right here. Try to pull it out. Right there. You know you get these out of the way. Lay that one under there. Same with this one. There we go. I should be able to just manhandle it out. Okay, get about to where you're hitting these. See how this is tearing on this one. First one's done that. Get that out of the way. It's still stuck in that tire. Alright, get that back in there. Hard on the fingers. rolled it up. Okay, let's get the inner tube out. And the inner liner's coming with it, but I'm pulling on the inner tube. Now the stem's right here, so I'm going to pull it around until we get to the stem. See, I had a patch in that one. Do the same thing on this other side. Turn the tire a little bit so you better leverage. Blocking the camera. There's the valve stem right there. Okay, now we're right to the valve stem. Now I want to get this tire moved up so I can get the tube and liner out of here. So, move this up. More height. Okay. Do the same on this other side. The valve stem's right here. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm going to poke it through. Probably just come into the tire iron and shove it between the rim and just kind of pull out, and it pops it right out there. Now if I had the tire bead broken off the tire on the other side, I'd be pushing right inside the bead and you couldn't get the damn thing out. That's the problem I had on the first one. See, now the bead is stuck to the other side of the rim. You have, instead of a gap only like this, you got a gap like this to work with, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. Okay, once you got the stem out of the hole, and you got the rim, you got the gap here from the plywood, from the 2x4s in here, it gives you room to pull this up. And you gotta make sure you don't rip the valve stem off, but just kind of work it back and forth, and it comes out easily. Hear the stem pop up there. Just go back and forth with it. You stick your hand up in there and feel what is caught on it if it's not moving. It's free on that side. Yep, it's all out. There it goes. So there's your stem. Still cut on this rubber piece. So you pull off the inner liner now. So there's your inner liner. Get rid of that. And there's your tube. Little patch on it. So I'm going to put the core back in it so I can blow it up inside the tire. Let's get the tire off. You can see how much easier that other one, third one was there, or the first one you saw. That inner liner makes it a real bitch to get out. Okay, now you just knock this wood out of here. Pull back a little bit. Don't get your fingers caught in there, it hurt. A little bit of tension there. Okay, now I got to pop our bead. Ooh, more weights. A bunch of weights on this one. See if I can get these ones off. Almost. There's one. Yeah, this one's not going to be so easy. Oh, that popped. Get out of the way. That's illegal to have that in California, in case you didn't know. Hazardous waste or something, I think. Something about lead being bad for you. So is breathing. Take this shit out while breathing. Look at all the lung disease out there. I bet there's more people die from lung disease than they do from lead poisoning. I think we should outlaw air and breathing. Save everybody. Nobody will die then. Okay, now we just pop this just like we did the other side. And the last one. So if you put a little squirt in there, it's a little bit easier, but they're coming off fine when they are dry, so it's all right. Almost popped. So you hold it down and kick it right here, it should drop. There it goes. Don't run your nickels in the rim, it hurts. Here, that's off. Whew. Now this one will fall off or deep pain. And that one fell off like the other three. The other two. Alright. So that's off now. Whew. Gives you a workout. You do all this all day, you'd be pretty strong. And I got all the dirt in this one too. Lots of rust. Get blown out. It comes out and drops right through on my foot over there. Has some dust in it. Alright, it's all clean. Take our tube. Now you see how when you fold the tube, it puts these creases in it. It's a good place for a tube to leak. There's another little overflashing there. Firestone. Oh, it's got two patches. One there and one over here. This is a good one. Pay extra for tubes with pouches in them. A lot of extra labor. You can imagine how much fun it is to put these together. Taking out is easy. I'm not using those rims again. But if you want them, I know there's a set. Unless I don't use them, make them for grinder stands or something important. All right, number 4. All right, now we'll show you the easiest to take a regular tire off. Yeah. Right, this one has a flat spot in it. It was only flat on the bottom. And it quit holding air because it blew the tread out. A little tread separation right here. So when they start separating like that, they don't hold air anymore. So that was a defective tire. I need to get my warranty back. Whose tire is that? Steel built, that's all I can see. It's too old to tell the name. Appears to be a white wall at one point. Must have cost extra. Doesn't appear to have any air in it for some reason. Oh, there's a little bit of air in there. Okay. Now we can go ahead and break the bead on both sides. It's either going to be real easy or real hard. You never know which. camera so I don't knock the camera over. Okay, see, the camera can refocus. Okay. Oh, that sounds real nice. Ah. Don't get your finger in the back of the handle there, it hurts when it hits it. It wasn't breaking and then it broke. Now it's free. See, I got my finger jammed up under here, which you can't even see because the camera's in the wrong spot. Yeah, my finger got jammed way up under here where it doesn't belong. Gotta keep your finger out of those areas where they hurt. I thought I had enough distance, but when it slipped, I slid too. Now it's best if you don't try to push where the bad part is. It's pretty weak in that side usually. Okay. This side doesn't want to go. There it goes. That wasn't too hard. Only one crushed finger, that's pretty good. Okay. Now when you take these off, you don't take them off on the back side. On the back side you got a long taper back here on the rim. Right here. It's taper from here to here. That's where the tire is made to go up inside. You always take them off on the front side. This side here, it goes only like this far before you hit the inside edge, which is a stop. Now you'll never want to go across the valve stem area. It doesn't really matter too much on one of these, but on a tube type it would make a huge difference. So you want to compress it over here, so it's up inside the wheel well under here. It's going to pop up under there. You want to pop it right here, because you don't want to rip the valve stem off the back side. So the valve stem's here and the tire's above it, so you're not going to hit it at all. Now, you want to make sure you hold on to this, otherwise it might come up and hit you in the face. So usually I use a foot. Then you take this rounded part and you jam it underneath the rim. Under the tire, I mean. The tire hooks onto this part. The rim has a smooth side. So don't get too much of a bite, just a little bit. It comes up pretty easy. Roll out. Do it again. If you have too much of a bite, so it won't come. So come back, rest of the bite. See how easy it is? There, now it won't keep coming back because now it's caught. So you take about 1.5 inches or so each time there in the first little bit. Sometimes you only get 1 inch. This has no oil anymore, so you can take it out. The bad spot of your tire. Now once it gets down about almost halfway, you take a big bite and pop it off. So much room you have here for the tire to slide. Okay, now I get to use the hammer once I figure where I threw it. And somewhere, there it is. Hammer. Okay, you take your tire irons, you hook them against the rim. So the curved part goes on the rim and catches it. Just like that. You put the other one in there about the same height. So you look at it over here. You see how you can roll on the inside of the rim up under there? You're not on the outside edge, you're on the inner edge there. Okay, then you pull back up here real hard and push on the rim here. The tire flex over. You nail it right there where it's hitting the rim on the bead. You see how it pops out, go to the next side. You see how the rim pretty well just comes off. And you just push it away. Like this. So the rim on top, the tire on top keep from bouncing. Makes this noise. Alright, so you can see how much easier new style rims and tires going off compared to old style ones. That's why these are cut like this. See, this has that long taper so it slides real easy. This one, it ended real quick. So if you pull this inner one off first, it'd be a bitch to get it off all the way. Alright, so that's what those all look like. Now these rubber stems are cheap and quick to use, and they like to crack, you know, over here on this side and leak. So if you change them every few years, not a big deal, but if they're more than about 5 or 10 years old, especially when they start getting 15 and 20 years old, a lot of times you just touch them and they'll start leaking because they crack. If you put the metal ones in there and screw them up, they work good too, but over time the rubber will squeeze or shrink and they'll get loose. You have to come back and tighten the nuts up a little bit. So like most things, there's pros and cons to everything. But I usually go with the steel ones because I have a tendency of leaving my tires on for years. So anyway, that's how you do that. So now you're an expert on taking your tires on and off. And the motorcycle ones are the same way if you see me do it before, because I've done it before. Alright, that's it for now. We'll put them on later.